Hey guys, in my last video I showed you how you can use KeySAV and Mass Dumper with the Power Saves device. This time I'm going to show you how you can do much of the same thing with the digital saves that you can get off of your SD card on your 3DS, but only if you have the digital downloaded version of Pokemon X or Y. Now, one difference here is you cannot copy old save files back onto your SD card. The game will not read them. It'll tell you they're corrupted. So don't try to copy old save files back. You might wind up losing your whole game. So with that said, I've downloaded KeySAV and Mass Dumper. And I'm just going to need to go into my Pokemon game and clear out Box 1 and Box 2. Just make sure they're completely empty. And then we're going to need to get 6 Pokemon that originated inside my game, either that I personally caught or that I've hatched. And I'm going to need to take those 6 Pokemon and line them across the top of Box 1. And it's really important that these are generated inside your game. They can't be ones that you got from trading. So after I got those 6 lined up there, I'm just going to save the game and then save the game again. It's actually important you save the game twice. If you only save it once, you might run into some problems here. Save the game twice and then exit the game and take out your SD card and put it in your computer's reader. And you should see a screen like this. Now on your SD card, there's going to be 2 folders. And if you try to find like a Pokemon X or Y folder in here, you're just not going to find one. Everything is named real cryptically. So instead what you're going to want to do is go to the main directory of the SD card and then go to the search field and type *.sav, and this will show you all the save files that are on here. The Pokemon X and Y save files are exactly 1 megabyte, so chances are you're only going to have one file that's 1 megabyte. Now if you have more than one file that's 1 megabyte, just go to the properties of that file and look at the location. This last part right here will tell you if it's right. This is what Pokemon Y looks like. Pokemon X is the exact same thing, except this E changes to a D. If it's anything else, even if it's just one number different, then it's for a different game. And you're going to need to look for another 1 megabyte file and figure out the right one. So after you've got the right one, you're going to want to copy and paste this file off of your SD card. Don't edit it while it's on the SD card. You're going to want to make sure that it's off. And then just rename it to something so you know what it is. I always use Box 1 by 6 because I know it's 6 Pokemon in Box 1. Then you're going to need to go back into your game to your Box 1. And you should use the green tool to highlight all 6 Pokemon and drag them over to Box 2. And they need to remain in the same order as they were in Box 1. So if you use the green tool, you won't have any problems. So now Box 1 is empty, and you have these 6 Pokemon in Box 2. So then just save the game twice again, and go back to your SD card reader, and pull out your save file. And this time you're going to want to name it Box 2 by 6. So you should have 2 files like this now. And now we're going to go ahead and open up KeySAV. And then for Save 1, it's going to be Box 2 by 6. And for Save 2, it's going to be Box 1 by 6. Then we just hit break. And then just hit K1, and this will save the key stream for Box 1. And then hit K2, and this will save it for Box 2. And then hit the blank button, and this will save the blank EKX file, which tells the program what a blank spot in the bank looks like. Then we need to go to box ripping so we can make sure everything's working right. So open up your save of Box 1 by 6. Then open up the key Box 1. Open up the blank, and then hit dump. You should get a successful dump, and then you should see the 6 Pokemon that we just looked at. Now, if you don't plan on using Mass Dumper, this is all you need to do. If you want to look at box 2, just open up your save file for box 2 by 6 and open up the key for box 2, and then you're going to need to change this drop down to box 2, and then you can look at box 2. It's like if you have a save file that has a whole bunch of Pokemon in box 1 and box 2, you just need to make sure you change the key and change the drop down. But chances are you're going to want to use Mass Dumper because it's a lot easier. With Mass Dumper, you can actually dump all 31 boxes at the same time with just one press. So in order to set that up, you're going to need to go back into your game, and you're going to need to clear out every single box that you want to use. And they need to be like in a sequential order. So if you want to use all 31 boxes, you need to clear out all 31 boxes. You need to you can use Pokebank, put everything in Pokebank. And if you have a bunch of eggs in your game, you can just put all the eggs in the back, like in box 31 or 30, and clear the rest of the boxes out. And just make a key that's as long as you can. So after you have and then once you have a blank file, just extract that file and call it something like blank PC. That's what I've done here. Then you just open up Mass Dumper, and go to Dump Key Range, second tab. Open up your blank file. Then you have to open up the blank EKX, and then you're going to choose your range. Now, I cleared out all 31 boxes. So I'm going to choose 1 to 31. You're going to want to choose whatever boxes you cleared out. So then you hit Dump Key, and then save that, and then go to Dump Boxes. Make sure everything's working. Now you're going to want a save file that has a bunch of Pokemon in it too. So I've made a save file called Stuff. I just threw a bunch of Pokemon in a couple of boxes so we can make sure it's actually working. So I'll open up that save file. Then open up my blank file. Then open up my key. Now this probably isn't going to work for me. See, when you press dump, it'll probably work for you. I'm told that my issue is unique. But if you do get this problem where you hit dump and everything's failed, go back to Dump Key Range, select your blank PC file again, select your blank EKX again, and select your range again, and then dump the key again, and then save over top of the other one, and then go back to Dump Boxes and reselect all your files. It's important that you reselect all of them. And then hit dump. Now for some reason that works for me. Like other people have said that for them it works on the first try. But for some reason for me I have to dump the key twice on the key range before it works. So everything should be working now. Once you do get it to work, you can, you won't have to dump it ever again. Just like I open the program up freshly and I can go to my save file that has a lot of stuff on it, go to the blank file, go to the KS131 file, and it still works. So you'll never have to make the key again once you have it working. And that should be all you need. Hope that helps somebody.